The world is continuously evolving in agriculture, the arts, science, engineering, and other disciplines. Today I am here to inform you on the role of food biotechnology in agriculture, otherwise known as genetically modified foods or GMOs. I am a student studying food and resource economics and have taken several classes which have touched on the subject of GMOs. First, I will give you a brief background on biotechnology. Then I will explain to you the basics of how a product is genetically modified. And lastly, I will show you an example of a product that has been genetically modified. Biotechnology has been used in different fields, such as medicine and agriculture. According to the Biotechnology Innovation Organization, biotechnology has been present ever since 500 BC in China, where the first antibiotic was used to treat boils. It wasn't until scientists began to test with DNA that they were able to genetically modify products such as the hybrid corn and pest-resistant crops. Now that you have gained some insight on the history of food biotechnology, I will explain to you the basics of how a product is genetically modified. An organism is taken and its nuclear DNA is altered to meet a desired product. Abby Goldbass from the International Journal of Childbirth Education explains that an organism is altered through its genetic makeup by inserting, mutating, and deleting its genes using genetic engineering techniques. This process has revolutionized the food industry in the US today. Because of this, many crops are able to be mass-produced and meet the world population that needs to be fed with the increasing population. Now that you understand how a product is genetically modified, I will show you an example of a product that has been genetically modified. Corn is a crop that is used for biofuels, for livestock, and for many other purposes in agriculture. After it is genetically modified, the biotech maize, corn, is herbicide tolerant and has no toxins which causes harms as humans when they are not genetically modified. Also, they are tolerant to insects and viruses that they may contract when they are not resistant to them. Let's review what we learned today. First, I gave you a brief background of biotechnology. Then I explained to you the basics of how a product is genetically modified. And finally, I showed you an example of a product that is genetically modified. I leave you with this today. GMOs in agriculture is not only an innovation in agriculture, but is also an innovation in science. Thank you for joining me here today. I hope that you learned how GMOs work in this process and its impact in agriculture. The sources that I used for my presentation were the Biotechnology Innovation Organization, History of Biotechnology, Abby Goldbass, International Journal of Childbirth Education, GMOs, What Are They? International Service for the Acquisition of Agribiotech Applications, Pocket K number 2. Do you guys have any questions? Yes.
If animals consume GM crops, will my meat have GMOs?
When an animal consumes a livestock that has genetically modified organisms, it is digested. So through that process, it doesn't leave any. It doesn't retain or leave anything that has been genetically modified. So your meat will not have any GM retention to it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Are there any environmental effects to GMOs?
Yes. So when a crop is genetically modified, the crops that are nearby it may be contaminated with the pesticides or the chemicals used on that. So it can have an impact on the environment because it can harm with the chemicals. It can harm the organic composition of the plant, but that is how, after today, that's how we have how the process is done. Any other questions? Yes.
Are GMOs accepted globally?
No. The U.S. is the only, not the only one, but the only one that nationally accepts it. The UK is really against it. I know other countries such as Brazil, New Zealand, Venezuela, they are working towards eradicating GM crops from their country in agriculture. Any other questions?
What are the effects of GMOs on the economy?
GMOs can have a good impact and a bad impact on the economy. It can be good for consumers because it can make prices more affordable for them because it is cheaper for farmers to produce them. However, it is bad for farmers who who choose the traditional method, and local farmers, because big companies like Monsanto, they sell seeds that are genetically modified, and they sell at a big mass production, whereas you have local farmers who are affected negatively because no one's buying from them. So it's a balance between them. There's people who choose to consume organic products. There are people who choose to consume genetically modified products because it's cheaper for them. Thank you for joining me here today. I hope you enjoyed.